guys, welcome back to another channeled tarot reading. And for your energies today, I pulled the Maiden, the Orphan, and Thanatos. So Thanatos is really reminding me of, well, it talks about death, basically, and going into the underworld and going through something that feels quite challenging. There's this feeling of like, whatever you are dealing with right now, whatever you're going through right now, it feels heavy. There's grief that is happening and being felt. Like, I feel like the grief is being felt. Some of you, this could have been a past situation, like a past pain that's coming up. I definitely feel like if you are in a current situation that's bringing up this energy, then it's connected to the past as well. So there's this feeling of healing something really deeply within you, and healing something really old, and then healing something that may be currently going on. And I feel like there's like healing, but there's like double healing going on in this situation. I feel like you're protective right now of your inner child. With the Orphan card, you have a snake, which reminds me of transformation. So like the transformation that's taking place is helping you protect your inner child. And like when I was reading the book, it talks about being extremely tender with yourself. And so I feel like I was already getting the advice coming in, like, be really tender with what's happening. I feel like there's an emphasis on like, you're going through something really difficult right now. And when we go through really difficult things and we're healing really deep wounds, we need to take the time to have tender care, is what I'm hearing. And then also there is an emphasis as well on boundaries. I don't know if you are creating more boundaries or lessening boundaries in others, but I do get it's more like a creating of more boundaries that's helping kind of facilitate this healing. There's something about being protective of yourself while you go through this time, because I do feel like I'm hearing sticky. I just am hearing really heavy with grief. And then the Maiden is like really I gotta cover this part up. The Maiden is really reminding me of like stepping into a new energy, like stepping into a new energy. Like, it's almost like I feel like it's a progression, or like these two are happening now and this is what you're stepping into, but you're kind of holding maybe all three energies of like grief and pain, right? Healing yourself, protecting your inner child and protecting yourself, and also tending to your inner child as well. And then also because you're doing these two things, you're kind of like stepping into being the Maiden. And the Maiden is like kind of like really fresh energy. I was getting this very exciting, gentle, soothing, sensual feeling. There could be a project or something new you're starting with the Maiden, but I do feel like it's like the seed is being planted, or the seed was planted and now you're just kind of tending to it. That's what I was getting. The web on the Thanatos card really reminds me of kind of transversing through the web of your conscience, and transversing through the web of your subconscious and the patterns, like, right? Because I don't know why I'm getting this, but weaving it, there's patterns. It's like it's all these patterns in here, right? So you may be looking at patterns of behavior. You may be looking and thinking about patterns of thinking even. So I don't know if you're looking at maybe old wounds that are connected to negative beliefs. So, and there's like a clearing of the cobwebs, and whatever this is, it feels really big to me. It feels really massive. Like whatever you're moving through, it feels very heavy, but like I feel like once you clear that heaviness out, you kind of come onto the scene, is what I'm hearing, onto the scene in this energy, which is like the Maiden energy. And also again, tending to your inner child and tending to the I'm hearing the fear as well. There's fear. Of course I want to talk about this. So my inner child is afraid all the time, and I don't know why this is coming through, but Spirit wants to share it. What's helpful is I like imagine whatever kind of animal you feel protected by. I chose wolves, and then I put the wolves around in a circle, and like I, as my inner child, like sits in the circle. And there's something about visualization being really important and helping you feel protected. And even whatever it is, like shielding, like imagining a shield around you, imagining even holding your inner child visually. It's very helpful in just feeling protected, right? Because I'm getting there's like a fear of like, okay, I just was really hurt by something, and like I don't want to get hurt again. And so when that happens, you don't want to be seen and then may not put yourself in new situations. And we don't want to be totally protective of our heart space to where that happens, to where like we're shutting down completely. And there is like a reestablishing of trust within yourself, maybe through the situation. Maybe you had to have discernment. Maybe you had to figure things out. I'm hearing you had to have finesse in the way that you went about the situation and the way you are still transversing this situation. And that finesse is helping you keep going. But it's, oh gosh, it's like a skill that's still being born. It's like, geez, I can't explain it. It's like wheedling down, like you're learning about how to maybe go through these energies and learning about how to move through them and show up for yourself and feel the grief and do the shadow work and, you know, protect your inner child and step into this new energy with hope, right? Because I do feel like whatever this is right here is kind of, it's putting a shadow over the maiden energy, but the maiden energy is still there. So keep working through these energies. You're doing great. It won't feel hopeless forever. So for whoever I'm talking to, there is this feeling of like, I want hope. Like I really would just love to hope that there's something about wanting to not be so jaded about what you're feeling or how you're moving. Or what's going to happen next. There is this ambiguity I'm feeling on what's going to happen next for you. Maybe you don't know what's going to happen next. I definitely feel like there's an openness. It's like a 20% openness to new maybe at this point. But I do feel like when we are going through these energies of death and underworld healing and shadow work healing and inner child protection and inner child healing, it's gonna be heavy. And so like I do feel like you're still clearing out this energy. So just be as tender and as compassionate as you possibly can. These are not easy energies to work with. Like they really are not. I can't even emphasize that enough. Even the maiden energy can be difficult, especially if you've been through situations that have like, you've been betrayed or you've been hurt or you've been left or you feel rejected. That's going to affect, you know, how we move through things. But I do think that whatever you're healing is connected to your self-worth. And it's really beautiful, actually. I think that once you clear this energy, you're going to see yourself in such a new light, and it's going to be so transformational because these energies here are so transformational. I feel like I'm out of breath. I feel like it's really important. Spirit really wants to emphasize like you're doing amazing and don't beat yourself up and keep showing up to your, I swear I'm out of breath. Keep showing up to yourself with tenderness and care. I don't know if you feel like this has been a very long and drawn out process to where you almost didn't feel like you had the perseverance to keep going, the breath to keep going. And Spirit's saying that you are very close to ending a major cycle, or you're ending a major cycle. I feel like some of you have just ended it and are just healing in the recovery phase. Some of you are about to end it and are in the recovery and still just trying to heal, right? And figure everything out. I do feel like you have clarity on what this is, what I'm talking about. I do feel like you know what I'm talking about. So if you don't, then you don't resonate. I'm so sorry. Find another reading, but yeah. Okay. Some of you still have a decision to make. 2 of Pentacles on the bottom of the deck. Okay, let me see what's going on, Spirit. I can't believe I was like so out of breath. Death. Yep. There it is. Scorpio energy. Thanatos is death. Like literally it says death in the book. Yeah. Major transformation happening. What area is this happening in it for them? Relationships, your emotions. Yeah. We've got the Queen of Cups. We have the 3 of, I was going to say Pentacles. 3 of Cups. 9 of Pentacles on the back of the deck. This is about your quality time, your energy, your resources, your money, your long-term stability, but with you. It's independence. I love it. It's 4th of July today, and I know it's not 4th of July when I'm posting this, but it's all about like your independence and your self-worth within yourself. And this is about your relationships with friends, community, other people, maybe even relationships can be to a job too. Like this, there's something deeply transforming, but it's emotional. We have 2 sets of cups here. We have Queen of Cups, which is like your nurturing and your compassion and the way that you receive love and give love. And it's tangible. Like whatever this is. Yeah, I saw there's the 8 of Cups. Okay, so you're walking, so you walked away, the devil, I knew it. I was like, and the high priestess. Okay. And there's a win, 6 of Wands. Okay, so, walking away from the devil because of your intuition. And then you've done this or you're about to do this and it's a win, 6 of Wands. And strength, gosh, of course. Strength, Leo energy. I love that. That's beautiful. It has taken a lot of strength to walk away from this. Whatever this was that you decided to walk away from or had someone walk away from you is tied deeply to the devil. And when we have the devil, it always looks like it's what it always feels like, oh, I could get what I need from this person, or I can get what I need from this relationship or whatever, but it's not clear, it's skewed, it's not, it may fulfill you on a surface level, but it doesn't fulfill a deeper resonance within you, and there's an attachment to it, right? The devil's about attachments. So you could have felt attached to this person, and you just maybe were feeling like, okay, I'm not getting exactly what I need, or the relationship had toxic tendencies. Some of that can be for some of you. I don't think that's for all of you though. Your intuition was leading, I'm hearing you leading you to the way out. Your intuition, you might have been getting, so interesting how I'm seeing this. You might have been getting like hits of intuition, like one here and then a couple days go, or like a couple days or weeks or months go, and then you got like another intuition, like because this takes time, right? Walking away from like a relationship that's extremely, that it has the devil attached to it, but also the devil isn't just, it's also like you love this person, right? Like it's love, right? It's just that it's skewed by toxicity or skewed by a need to have it because you're not feeling good about yourself, or not feeling like you have what's within yourself that you need to be okay. So you're looking for it externally. It's always the external thing that's like trying to soothe this thing that we're missing in ourselves. And so like you had to, I'm seeing you got these hits of intuition, right? It may have taken quite a long time. This feels like an end of an era, an end of a huge cycle. You had to maybe start with the high priestess, right? Like you felt this and you kept getting intuitive hits, but I see that your intuition was honed through this process of whatever this was. And some of you, this could be a job and you're thinking about walking away from a job. It does not have to be just a relationship, but it took strength. And because you had strength, you're getting a win. The win, a win is, I believe, the 9 of Cups and the 9 of Pentacles. I don't have the 9 of Cups here, but that's what it feels like to me. I feel so much sadness right now. I really do. I feel so much sadness. I really, really do. I really, really do. There is, you're gonna move towards a new opportunity. I'm seeing the 8 of Wands into the Page of Pentacles. Eights could be important. I believe strength is 8 as well. Leo's 8, I believe. I don't want to say it for sure, but I'm pretty sure. And then we have another 8 here, 8 of Cups. Eights definitely feel important for sure. You're doing great. This is really hard to move through. I just feel the heaviness of this for you. And it could be just really hitting your deepest wounds. Like whatever this is that you're walking away from, hit into the deepest, corest wounds of you. Like that, what I'm really feeling is that it's the deepest parts of you that got affected by this, either by somebody, because some of you, I feel like someone walked away from you, and that's starting a death process for you. And you may be feeling just a lot of grief. I do feel 2 energies feeling grief about this. Again, it's taken so much strength and strength of heart, because the devil will tell you it's heart, but it's really not. It could be a trauma bond. It could, the devil will say, oh, this is what it is. And I'm not saying that it's not like love. There's love. Of course there's love. It's just gotten off kilter and skewed because of unhealed wounds. That's what I'm trying to say. Unhealed wounds. So you, by walking away from this, are deciding to heal this within yourself. And it is bringing up stuff from the past. And I'm talking about like childhood stuff, abandonment wounds, rejection wounds, betrayal wounds. Like this is some serious stuff that you guys are healing, like genuinely, deeply healing. I'm really attracted to this bird on this card. This bird right here. Right there. This is going to help you. Okay, so by walking away from and setting boundaries and or having to start some of you are, this is what I'm saying. Like, I feel like I'm getting two different energies. So I want to try to stick with just yours. This is going to help your relationships in general. Like whatever you have learned through the cycle, wherever you're at in the energy, you are going to feel renewed, is what I'm hearing. Renewed. You're gonna have better relationships coming in for you. You're gonna feel friendship and community. I'm hearing some of you are getting a soul tribe coming in for you. This maiden card, whatever you're starting, so I get this feeling you have to walk away from something to get something else, right? Maybe just to get to understand your self-worth. I mean, that in and of itself is a huge blessing, right? But I do feel like with this maiden card, there could be something you're starting. I hear it's lucrative, or thinking about starting maybe a new relationship for some of you. Some of you it's not a relationship, some of you it's a job. There is something about new energy and claiming that new energy for yourself because you are loving yourself now. You're able to kind of claim this energy of like abundance because like you walked away from what was not abundant. You walked away, and I feel like Spirit's giving you a gift. Like I genuinely do feel like Spirit's giving you a gift for this if you walked away or if you're walking away. And it's, I do feel like somehow you're going to take, I'm hearing you're going to take your darkness and turn it into gold. And so whatever you're deciding to do in whatever area, the pain that you've went through is going to help you're transmuting the pain right now. So once you transmute that pain, it turns into gold. Like literally your gifts, you know how it says like your gifts are your weakness and your weakness is your gifts and your greatest curse is your greatest blessing. Like healing the dark side of whatever your gift is literally catapulting your gift. I'm hearing center stage, catapulting your gift. And so there is like, bring what you've learned into what you are doing. Bring what you've learned through this situation. This feels massive to me. It feels like one of the most massive things that anybody can go through ever. Like that's genuinely how I feel. I do want to get advice. Do you want these ones? These ones? I want to get advice. Capricorn, achieve, Libra, balance. Ooh, okay. We got Capricorn, achieve again. Capricorn, achieve. Midheaven, pinnacle. Wow, this was a Saturn lesson. How did I know? Your Saturn could be in Capricorn, mine is. Doesn't have to be. But whatever this lesson is, whatever, Saturn is like our greatest teacher, and our, like, if we don't learn the lesson, it can slam on us, like, right? So like Saturn is like learning the lessons that are the hardest you're ever going to learn. Like Saturn, that's why we have a Saturn return. And there's something about Capricorn is like very 3D, and Capricorn's the devil. Like that is the devil, Capricorn. So whatever lesson you're learning, it's within the devil. But then again, the gifts that you get from Saturn and the devil, what are the gifts you get from Saturn and the devil? I'm hearing it's helped you. It's going to help you transverse the 3D world in a new way to where you don't have to worry about this energy affecting you anymore. This could be addictions, right? You don't have to worry about this anymore because you've learned the lesson of Saturn in Capricorn. So like look up Saturn in Capricorn and see the lessons that you learn with that, because that's definitely being highlighted here. And you're at the pinnacle. So the pinnacle to me is like being at the very top, like getting to the highest view. Like I don't know what it is, but there's something about gaining a very, like, I'm seeing an eagle, like gaining a huge awareness of yourself in a new way. Yeah, like your strength, your boundaries, your worth. Like this is like you opening up into like your self-worth again. Like that's what it really feels like to me, because I'm hearing you slayed the dragons and slayed the devil, and like slaying the devil is really hard. It's so hard. Because it's something within you that needs to be healed, right? And that's what this Thanatos and the Orphan's about. It's about healing and feeling deep grief and deciding to keep going and deciding to keep feeling and accepting yourself. And this is not about rejecting yourself. This is the opposite of rejection. This is being completely aware of the parts of you that are, like we'll say, darker, right? The parts of you that are in the darkness and bringing light to those dark parts. That's what this is about. Like it's a huge process. I do feel like you're at the end. I keep getting out of breath. I do feel like you're literally at the finish line or about to cross the finish line. Do not give up. I don't think you are. I feel at this point you're probably like, just whatever, give me it. Like, I'm ready. Like, okay. Like, I do feel like some of you could be afraid a little bit about stepping into this energy, That, and this energy is going to help you. Like, this is about, again, reconnecting with joy, reconnecting with abundance, reconnecting with your self-worth. Like, this is about elevating to new heights. That's what I'm hearing. Elevating to new heights. The flags in here are really calling to me, and so are the crows. You could be getting a message. Crows really signify to me a spiritual message. You could be getting a message. Pay attention to what crows are doing when they're around you. Pay attention to what crows are doing. I don't know why that's coming through. I'm seeing the flag. Yeah, like flags. Like, you know, like when you cross. I mean, I guess that's when you go. I guess, I don't know. There's something about a flag, okay? There's something about a flag, and like, I don't know. It feels like opening to me. Again, I feel like there's something you're creating or wanting to create, and you had to kind of walk away from this energy, because I do feel like it was stifling your self-doubt and your belief in yourself. And there's something about walking away from this thought pattern, this person, this thing, and stepping into the maiden energy where you are feeling connected, and this devil energy could still be permeating this a little bit because you haven't totally released everything, but you are. So just keep the faith, step into the new, connect with what makes you feel joy and makes you feel alive, and what's comforting, because like this is very heavy energies to move through. The devil is heavy energy just all on its own. Then we have death twice, and we have walking away, like walking away from what no longer fills you that used to fill you. And then we have strength. Like, this is huge. And we have your intuition. Your intuition through this whole thing has led you. I feel like it has probably been very difficult to listen to your intuition, because I do feel like the devil stirs in us deep like doubt and like pain and fear and abandonment, and like it does. And I think you had to like get really clear on like what this energy was, who this energy was to you, or what it was in you, or what it was in an object or a thing or a person or a place or whatever. Like, whatever it is outside of you is within you. And I think you had to feed whatever, or still having to feed yourself in a new way, because the devil feeds us, okay? Like, it'll be a relationship that feeds you, but it makes you feel like drained and not good, and makes you feel bad about yourself. And you know, so then what happens when that happens is you have to feed yourself with light and love and kindness and tenderness, and like be there for yourself. And I feel like this process was about that for you, like really feeding yourself and with light instead of darkness, and giving yourself what you need instead of looking outside of you to get what you need. And I don't know if this is something you've dealt with your whole life, but this feels huge. This feels like a huge lesson that you're learning. I do feel like spirit is going to give you more oxygen, because I feel like the devil has sucked the oxygen out of your life and out of your heart and out of your soul. And spirit, because you're walking away from this energy, spirit's going to give you the maiden energy, which is, again, just new energy, new breath, new oxygen, new life. I mean, it's huge, you guys. This is so big. I'm so proud of you. Keep feeling. The grief won't be here forever. You're moving it out. There's a lot of purging going on for the collective in general. Yeah, digest. See, Virgo, I just pulled it. I was like, dude, I feel like I have to pull that card. You're digesting it, right? You're in the middle of digestion. That's what's happening. You're digesting this dark, dense energy that was probably from the past and from a current situation. You're releasing that out. And then now you get to step into a brand new energy. And I do feel like spirit's bringing you a new energy, bringing you new people, bringing you a gift, bringing you something. So keep going. You're doing great. And I think that's all I have for you guys. And I'll see you guys next time.